Hello and welcome to Pod Meets World. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.
And this week we're discussing the episode Cyrano. This episode originally aired January 6th, 1995, attracting approximately 22.1 million viewers. Number one at the box office this week, Dumb and Dumber.
Nice.
Of course.
Hey.
Want to hear the most
Still
nice
a classic
out of the
people
well?
remember, at least, you know?
Yeah, but I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan. I find him annoying.
Okay. Then you might not
Him
like
in
the
general,
Sonic movie.
or most of the roles he picks?
The stand-up I've seen of him I didn't mind, but most of his movies I find grating. I think, for me, Jim Carrey in small doses is best. Anyway, Billboard number one hit for the week, On Bended Knee by Boyz II Men. They did technically lose it for a few weeks, but then they recaptured the title. Yes, so they did... Here, bollocks again. Bollocks some more.
Did you lose the tab?
I have too many tabs open.
And you have issues when I have those tabs open.
Because you usually have bullshit tabs open. Anyway, let me just pull it up here. Because they did lose it to... bear with me. Bear with me. No, wrong one. Bear with me.
Roar.
Bear with me. They did lose it for 2 weeks to Here Comes the Hot Stepper. And for video games, nothing really came out between.
I mean, it's like the end of the year. Usually nothing happens then.
Yep. Yeah, nothing of any note, really. And WCW champion at the time, Hulk Hogan. And WWF champion at the time, Diesel.
So nothing's changed.
Nope. And Diesel will go on to be the worst strong WWF champion in history.
Oh no, the whole place is on fire.
Basically, it was. 1995, the year that television ratings, attendance, and revenue were at their lowest.
The only
Interesting.
question is, what could come to rise the phoenix from the fire that was created from such a thing? I'm mildly not surprised, but it's still kind of a case of meh.
Anyway, this episode begins in Mr. Turner's class, where the class is discussing a play named Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yes.
I think I pronounced that right. Probably not.
Yeah.
In which the main character, Cyrano, gives up the person he loves and helps his friend, whom she loves. Topanga and the rest of the girls in the class are, of course, enamored by Cyrano, thinking him romantic and noble, while the boys think he is a loser for giving her up.
Yeah.
Or, if I may quote Sean, dip-like.
Yeah. There's... Again, I could be getting this confused with the movie version they decided to do, but he's not exactly the prettiest guy.
Well, no, he's got a big schnoz.
Meh.
A big old nose.
Like a cherry... typical tomato, honestly.
Mr. Turner notes the obvious distinction in opinion before the class dismisses. Meanwhile, Alan fails when he gets Amy a trash compactor for their anniversary.
Because it's a brilliant thing to get. It said it's something she wanted. Sweetie, over
He's
here.
the best.
Boy!
I don't know how you fail so hard.
I think it's mostly just the question of, is this the first time this happened? Or is
It's
it a
like-
case of he was never specifically told anything that she wanted before their anniversary came around?
They've been married how many years? And
17.
just now he's like, here, honey, a trash compactor.
Well,
I love his logic. His logic is, you wanted a trash compactor. I got a trash compactor. Why are you pissed? I agree with Alan. Perfect logic.
It's men logic.
No, it's logic.
It's men logic. We all understand it, but
It's logic.
it's only logic. There are multiple logics.
I think she would normally expect pretty thing like necklace or jewelry,
Or something she enjoys.
or a bottle of wine would have been better.
He is at first shocked and confused because he thought Amy wanted. He then gets advice from Feeney, who tells him that he should have thought about what she really wanted and gotten her something that would have meant something to her. And trash compactor. The next day, the scene turns to Harley and his girlfriend, Gloria. She is disgusted by the fact that he doesn't seem to appreciate her, while Harley seems oblivious that he did anything wrong. Well, it is Harley. The fight continues until Corey and Sean come through the hallway, and after a loud remark about the grease in Harley's hair, they find themselves staring into the face of their nemesis. They try to talk their way out of getting pounded, but Harley seems adamant on hurting them both. They do talk their way out of getting pounded by Harley himself, but they get dragged off into the cafeteria by Frankie, who has been instructed to kill them.
You know, in a typical high school.
However, Frankie is in love, and he tells Corey and Sean about his predicament. And after some, let's call it gentle persuasion, they agree to help him woo the girl he loves.
What's a woo?
Well, Sean's like, I'm not ready to die until I know what the word woo means.
It's like, how do you not know what woo means at this point?
He's in grade 7?
I knew what woo meant in grade 7.
You don't know what woo means now.
Yeah, I do.
No.
I did then.
They head to Corey's house, where they are greeted by Eric, who refers to Frankie as the Enforcer. They soon teach him some lines, but Frankie is still unsure of himself. So he brings Corey and Sean with him and puts them in his locker. Oh, good stuff. Sean begins to tell him what to say, and he ultimately messes up the first saying. Corey's face turns to one of terror as Sean continues to tell him things to say, because he recognizes the voice as none other than Gloria. Frankie gains the words to say on his own, and Gloria, impressed and enamored by Frankie's show of affection, goes with him to Chubby's for a date. They come out of the locker and are both horrified to see them walking away. They cannot hold their cool, and they are dragged to by Harley to Chubby's. Harry is furious to see the scene, and he clears the room of everyone except the 5 of them. He confronts Gloria, who tells him that all she wanted was to be appreciated, and that Frankie appreciated her in a way that Harley never did. Harley's still frustrated and confused, telling her that he brought her tires. Steel belted.
It was only 3.
The guy came back. He didn't so much buy them as stole them. But, hey.
It's Harvey.
It looks like it will go down with Corey and Sean getting annihilated and Frankie being abandoned until Corey steps in. He tells Harley that Amy and Alan are going through a fight as well, but they always make up because they love each other. Harley, intrigued, goes to Amy to seek advice on how to reunite with his girlfriend. Amy's at first shocked to see him, but eventually she gets past it and sits down with him to give him some advice. His pride shows through at first, but eventually he realizes that he must let Glory do what she wants to prove that he loves her. And thus, Harley, after being ridiculed by Eric for having tea with Amy, becomes a metaphorical Cyrano by letting Glory go out with Frankie because he loved her and he liked his friend. Alan enters, making up for his mistake by getting Amy a pearl necklace with the 18 pearls, even though they've only been married for 17 years, and he
Well, there was
fucks
that
up.
one year. But that was that one other year. They really liked that year.
Harley then leaves, telling a shocked Corey that death takes a holiday. In the end credits, Corey talks to Mr. Turner in the cafeteria, telling him that he became Cyrano by helping Frankie get a date. Mr. Turner praises him for having such wisdom and maturity beyond his years, but in an ironic twist, Sean comes in and tells them that the girls' volleyball team is running laps, and they both run off excitedly. Mr. Turner then pulls a face to the camera and credits roll.
Yay, you did the thing from the book that shows that you have some empathy for people and the ways of love. Oh man, girls, yeah!
So what'd you all think of this episode?
Yeah, it was fairly nice. And just everything with Harvey and Corey's mom. Just the discussion there. Would you like some more tea? Just a smidge more.
That was the best part, I thought.
But he learned a lesson and everything's all you happy.
So, now the most important question is, have either of you ever seen or read Cyrano?
Yes.
I didn't learn about it in school.
Okay, well that takes you off the table.
Yeah, I know.
In my case, I saw the movie.
Okay. Very good then. I want to say that was one of the things that we saw on in Ashland at the Shakespeare Fest one year.
Probably not. I specifically remember seeing it in a French class.
They taught it in French?
Well, it was a case of it was a slow day and they needed to play something, but it needed to be somewhat in French, so he played it with all the French words to it.
Yeah, it's basically in the French language. En
Yes.
français.
Alrighty, so do either of you have anything else to add? That's about the most clever thing you've ever said.
Not really.
So, the next episode is I Am Not a Crook.
Oh boy.
Do you have any idea what this could be about?
This has everything to do with, well, the title implies Nixon.
Yes, it does. Corey is going to run for class president, with Sean as his advisor.
We're all doomed.
Honestly, they wouldn't be a terrible combo now.
Yeah, yeah, we're doomed.
But that, I think, says more about the state of politics currently than it does about their competency. So until next time, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.